Hey, good morning. Today, we're starting a new series. This next series is going to take 6 weeks. And we're going to break it down into really small chunks. And today I'm going to set the stage. We're going to just discuss what sin really is and what grace really is. Big concepts, but it really matters if we're going to head right into the rest of the series. Let's go.
Okay, so when I say the word sin, I am talking about all of sin. Okay, let's get some things straight about what sin is and isn't. Sin is everything bad. Everything bad keeps us from God, separates us from Him. It's all unholy, and He can't stand any of it. And because of that, there are no levels to sin. So you cannot compare your sin to someone else's and say, well, I make some bad choices, but at least I'm not as bad as that person. That's not how it works, you guys. Okay? All sin separates us from God. God died for all sin. Get it? Okay? So a lie, same as stealing, same as hurting somebody, okay? There are different consequences for different sins. That's not what I'm talking about, guys. Okay? I'm saying that all sin is equal in the eyes of God, and it all keeps us from Him. Okay? So when we look at what sin is and isn't, this is a really helpful tool, because the word sin actually is a really ancient archery term. So you have your bows or your darts and you're trying to get into the bullseye. Okay? But anything that wasn't the exact perfect little bullseye is a sin. It's a miss. It means you have missed the mark. Anything in there, anything that isn't exactly right perfect in the very middle. Okay? So in archery now, if you get close to the bullseye, that counts, right? And the further out you go, it's less points. But to God, anything but perfect, pure, godly holiness is sin. Anything in that area is sin.
Okay, and then on the other side of things, you've got this word called grace. Now imagine your parents are driving and they're speeding, which I'm sure they would never ever do. And they get pulled over. Grace is when the cop says, I'm not going to give you a ticket, I'm going to give you money instead.
Okay, so you've got what sin really is, right? Anything unholy, unclean, any ounce of bad, right? And we have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. The Bible makes that very clear. And we can't take that off of ourselves at all. And then you've got grace, which is this lavish, above and beyond giving of what we do not deserve. Okay, so we've set the stage. We have those two things. And what else you need to know before we can move forward next week is that God's grace covers all sin. So because we have sin and have sinned, we can't be near God. And not only does God say with His grace, you are welcome to me, you can be in my presence, which is mind-blowing. It also allows us to have a relationship with Him. He adopts us as His sons and daughters, and that is just what? That's crazy talk, okay? It's amazing. And His grace is not to be taken lightly. So we don't deserve it, and He still offers it. Amazing. Okay, so that is setting the stage for where we're going next. Okay, you should think about that this week, because you have been offered this beautiful gift, right? Imagine donuts right now. Oh, cupcakes. Anything, really, that would be just so surprising and undeserved right now. You've done nothing to deserve those things, and yet you're offered it, right? Just incredible. And more than delicious cupcakes and donuts, you have been offered eternal life with God. It's amazing. So, let's just get those two perspectives very clear in our minds this week. We are sinners. We don't deserve to even look at God, let alone be in his presence, let alone be called his sons and daughters. But his grace covers everything, and he sent Jesus so that we could look at him, be around him, and actually be in a relationship, a family type relationship with him. Okay? All right, see you guys next week. I'm so excited.